All right. Welcome to the stream, folks. I'm just gonna kill this timer off because it's way off. Should have hit it at 5 minutes on the dot. It's been counting down from 5 and must have been about a minute late on it. Let's get my audio working. My volume's very good. Let's tweak that a bit. Get the mic up here. There we go. How's that? A bit better? There we go. And we've got our elevator music going. Isn't it wonderful? Winifred Phillips in the house. If you don't know who Winifred Phillips is, Winifred Phillips is an American music composer and author who's written music for God of War, Assassin's Creed 3, Liberation, Little Big Planet, and on and on and on. Pretty good. She's awesome. Anyway, this is another tune by her, but it's 9 o'clock, so we are fading out. All right, shall I wait for the countdown? No, let's switch. Boom. Here we are. So I hope you're all having a good Tuesday. All the days are getting merged together. Yes, it's the 14th of April. It's Tuesday. Hope you're all having a fine evening. Today we're going to fix a few bits in the code. I think I named the stream after something we were going to do. We were going to fix... we're going to simplify the player location movement. So as you can see, let's just remembered where we were here. I'm going to close all this down. You know, this doesn't look so big. My mouse pointer looks huge, but I am looking at 150% zoom here, so I'm trying to remember how small it used to be and how I could actually see it. Must have had to squint. All right, let's turn down the drama. There we go. So, let's see where we're at. So, the player. Let's look at the player. So here's our game scene. We've got our locations. We've got exits within our locations. Exits. We've got objects inside our locations. We've got verbs to interact with those objects in those locations. And as of yesterday, we now have this wonderful bit of technology, the spectrum analyzer. You know what I'd love to do is flip it the other way. There's a few things I'd like to do to make it cool. I'd like to flip it the other way so that this goes up and down. I've got an idea of how I'd like to do that, but I think I might end up spending hours just fiddling around with user interface, wondering how to do it. So I might not do that on stream because it might be incredibly boring. Speaking of boring, let's have a look at our player object, which is not that boring. So here's our player object. Our player is essentially the way we track where we are in the world, and we may well use the same class for characters moving forward. So characters can move around. Characters will play audio as they enter and exit locations. And oh, look at that. What's that? Like some sort of fuzz above me. Still haven't quite got this right. I think it must be something to do with me. Yeah, that's just something to do with the way the light is reflecting above my head. Anyway, ignore that. So, we've got this change location. Let's go into the code here. So the player can move around, and this change location, I never did put any text in here, but it moves the player to the target location. Now, one thing about that is that we are, when we wrote this code, we were just moving around between locations. There weren't any exits. Then we extended this code to include this exit audio and this arrival audio. What we probably should have done is looked at the exit that the user had picked, right? And pulled the information: target location, living area, exit audio, arrival audio, all the information. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's all the information we need. We don't need to pass in a location, essentially. Let's just have a little reminder of what we do. So we save the previous location. Oh, Bonnie wants to come on screen. Come on then, up you come. Hello, how you doing? What's the matter? Oh, if you haven't met Bonnie yet, he used to be a big old fluffy dog, and now he's all shaved. Who's that? It's you. Oh. I do need some sort of cute fluffy mascot on stream. I think though he just requires far too much attention. Very difficult to code. Well, he's getting snuggles. Hey, isn't it? You go down there and relax for a bit. Some classic tunes here. I see this line going down the middle here. I wonder what that is. He still wants to come up. You want to sit on my keyboard? Okay, come here. We'll try and code around him. Come on then. Up you go. Oh my goodness. You're a big old long dog. All right, can you lie down? That's it. You lie all the way down? Come on, lie down. Oh, not on the keyboard. There you go. Good boys. There you go. Oh, yes, the classic position. Move the coffee. If you want to see where he is right now, then we can just switch to this camera. There he is. Hey, you chilling there? You happy? Not so easy. I'm going to have to type over him like this. So if I'm typing slow, that's why. So let's have a look. So we've got, we save the current location. Now, I couldn't do that. Moves the player to the target location. Previous location is current location. Current location is saved. Okay, right. So that's the player's current location. So we can still do that. That's fine. Pick the target location, but we could derive that from exit. What do we do with exit audio? Exit audio is not set. Then, yeah, I mean, we really don't need any of this. So it wouldn't be changed location. It would be more like use exit, right? Change location should actually be this kind of cheating method for literally taking the user straight to a location. Maybe some sort of teleport, or even then, I actually don't see why we'd want to use change location at all. So it makes more sense to use an exit. So I think what we'll do, well, there's a tricky thing to making this work, right? Because what we need to do is we need to pass in exit into this function method. Now, the reason I keep calling these methods is I look at this as a class of player, right? We're using an object-oriented approach to this, so objects and methods. But Godot is a bit weird. It feels like I'm programming functionally. I'm creating functions and scripts that I use. I'm trying to make it as OOP as possible. I come from an old school programming background, so my OOP is rusty at best. So let's see, location, exit audio. Right, so let's have a look at where that's getting called. So I think that's getting called in game, right? So there's one. Change location. Where else is it? When we click and exit on button up on clicking and exit, we also change location. Big old cutie pie. You're very cute. So that, I think this is the tricky thing, because what we needed to do is pass in the exit object here. And for whatever reason, it struggled. So, I mean, all we need to do actually is just pass in the exit object ID and then find the object in this function. Okay, let's fire up Google and just have a look at the pass object. Oh my god, I can't type here. Overbody. Pass object, Godot signal. Oops. Oh yes, yes, you're very cute. I can't see over you though. Okay, let's try that. How do I pass along additional information? I'm using signals. Okay. I've got a pretty good idea already that this might be useful. This guy is passing. Looks like he is passing an object in. Okay, let's just do a little bit of debugging. Okay, I'm getting my hand licked. Oh, what's this? What's this? Can you see a snout? What's that? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll do a little test here. I'm going to print exit. And we're going to pass in another parameter of exit. And over here, we're just going to pass in exit. Now, when we press a button, what we're hoping to see is in our output here. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on. So let's go to the study. Node 1307. Yep, so it's passed in a reference to exit. So that's brilliant. So we don't need any of this, right? Okay, so I can get rid of all. Let me just check. Make sure I committed all my code last night. Oh my goodness. How could I possibly forget? Shocking. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Okay, what have I changed? Right, so I've changed everything but game, so I'm going to commit all this. This is all, so implemented spectrum, it should have been, I think. Spectrum analyzer. Or visualizer. Yeah. Let's push that in. Cool. Now we are good to trash the code, make it break, and we can always go back. So now we only want to pass an exit. Change location is only going to pass the exit node. I'm not going to print that anymore. We don't need to pass in any of this. Now I'm going to cut it because that'll be useful. Change that jump to target location to pass through given exit. And now actually we can put conditions on exits. We can say whether or not that person's allowed. So we can actually potentially create some kind of scripted logic for whether an exit is available or not. Oh yes, happy days. Super. So that should be working. So now change location's broken. So we're going to go to change location. We're going to change the name of this. And what we want to do is fix these references as well. So it's only going to be exit. So it's going to use these. So location becomes exit.target location. So that's that. This becomes much easier to read now. It makes much more sense, right? Exit audio. Where's exit audio? Yep, paste that. Oh, let's exit. Like that. Like that. I do love the way Godot highlights all the instances. You can see them all light up. Super. And then arrival audio. So that's arrival audio and arrival audio. Okay, so we should be safe now to update that to exit. And now there is a slight problem. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh yeah. Don't do that anymore, just do that. What? Previous location equals the current location we're in. New current location equals the exit target location. Yeah. Get the final node name for the target so we want the player to take the third to. Yeah. Get a link to the target location. Seems like an extra step there. Shouldn't we do that here? Why are we even getting current location? I think that is an extra step. Can get rid of this step here. This can just be that. Current location can get ditched. Okay. Okay, super. Yeah, oh, that's good. Okay, so now we have got other instances of change location. For example, when the game starts, we change the location. Why did we change the location? Because we, you know what? I can't remember. Oh, because it's the first time the users entered that location, so we wanted to play the audio as if the users entered that place. We probably need some sort of start node, like some sort of game start node where the player is, and it'll cue some sort of intro, something different, and then maybe it'll fade in to the starting area. So if we don't have that, what's going to happen? Well, I think he's just not going to wake up. Yeah. So there we are. He hasn't woken up. There's no sound. There's no background audio. Nothing. So the only way to get audio now is to interact.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin. This is Life, Liberty.
And of course, if we enter the lift, I entered the elevator. Nice. The elevator. Maybe we should call it a lift. And then go back. Oh, we're still in the living area because it didn't know where we were in the first place. Well, we've really broken it. Oh, no, wait. I think our change location code isn't working too well. Maybe we've got another area which is change location that isn't working. Let's just do a quick file search. Finding files, change location. And oh, just that one we've commented out. So obviously our new function doesn't work very well. So we're now passing an object, right? So we should actually be passing an exit link. So let's say we pass in the exit from the, let's say we pass in the exit from the lift here. And oh my god, what's happening to my screen? Oh, never mind. It's just a little bit of weird shakiness. There we go, and it's gone. So where were we? Right, so we've got to get a... Oh, Bonnie. Hold on. Sorry, the dog is getting entertained. So I think we need to do a get node here because we're passing exit as an object. So get node. And now we want to pass in the in relation to game. I think we want to pass in balcony. Balcony. Exit living area. There we are. So we're passing in a reference to an exit. So now we should get the intro, hopefully.
I woke up.
Yep.
My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
And I wonder if that's going to fix the whole thing.
I entered the elevator.
Nope. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. As part of our script here, I don't think we need to extract the node anymore because we're actually passing in the target location. So I think it's just that. You want to come back up? Are you sure? You're making your mind up. Come on then, up you come. Oh my god, it's a doggy special today. I should have given. Oh my god, he's standing on the keyboard. I should have given him a little doggy camera. Yeah, he could have been on screen. Wonder if I can just. There we go. Yeah. Who's that? Oh. So target location equals exit location. We're not doing that anywhere else. So let's just try that. Oh yeah, it should work. Okay, here we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Nope. He's not happy. I have well and truly wrecked it. Okay. Let's take a little dive into how we were doing it before. So before we were passing in exit target location. Let us pause it right here and inspect our exit object. Let's make sure it's all good. I think it is. Okay. So exit, here it is. Here's our exit object. Can we inspect that? I would have thought we'd better like drill in a little further than that. Guess not. Previous location is null. So we step over and I'll hide that. So we step over and previous location will be set. There we go. So we were in the living area. Now we're still in the living area. And now we're going to set the target location. Target location is living area. That's great because that's where we want to be. So the game is starting. And we should see, it'll only update when we update the GUI, right? I mean, I think this is going to work anyway, right? Let's just continue here.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Yep.
I think I had left the heating on.
But what's now messed up is moving locations. So go into the lift. See what goes on here. So, wow. Let's turn down the... There we go. Right, so previous location equals current location. So the previous location was living area. Current location is going to be updated to be where this target location is. So here we go. So previous location was living area. Oh, haha. Oh, you idiot. You know that row I deleted, that line I deleted previously, where we updated current location? Well, we have to update current location. It's part of our player object. We literally, our player is just not moving anywhere. So, current location equals exit.target location. Right, super. Right, I think that's the problem. Turn off our debugging and continue.
My mouth was dry.
I think I left the heating on.
I entered the elevator.
No, we didn't get any text. R&D. Exit R&D.
Stepping into the R&D
We got text.
I could see Brian using the photocopier.
Mm-hmm.
Sue was pouring herself a cup of coffee. Smelt of lunch.
Nice, okay. Back in we go. Back into back to floor 1. Into the living area. Let's look at the family photo.
It's a picture of my mum. She was 8 months pregnant with me.
God. The voice acting's so bad. Right, okay. Oh, interesting news today. We have our first audition coming up for a lady called Holly. Steph will need to gauge her voice acting skills and then decide if she's actually got a character for Holly to play. So it's like bringing on new characters into a soap where we're not actually finding voice actors to act the characters. We're creating characters for the voice, potentially. Anyway, so tune in sometime later this week where we'll catch up with Steph and talk about that. So I wonder why that text didn't work at the beginning. I'm just a little confused as to... So that worked.
I think I left the heating on.
But when I enter the lift,
I entered the elevator.
well, now it worked. Okay, no idea. I do worry if I've got some sort of timing issue somewhere around this. We need to get some images for the study and change that. God damn. Could not find audio file transition. Oh yeah, because we've got none there. So, right. Definitely going to start having a bug track soon as well. So great. I think we simplified the exit. So we'll just say here, oh yeah, change location. We're not going to use that. We're going to have use exit, right? Use exit. Use exit. Oh, you know, I don't mind the dog licking my hands, but when I'm typing, there's something just wrong about getting your hands licked at the same time. And he has a tendency, whenever I try and type, he just wants to lick. Right. There we go. So use exit. Okay, let's run that.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Enter the lift.
Entered the elevator.
Up the floor.
Stepping into the R&D department.
Beautiful. All working. Oh my god. Oh. Lick, lick, lick. Right. So we've done it. That was quick. 28 minutes in. We've done what we came here to do. So, updated. All right. No licking. No licking. Just wait. Updated. No licking. Leave it. Good boy. Good boy. Change location to use exit. Now, simplified. Location. Oh, I mean, Bonnie, leave it. Player, Bonnie, off. Player movement. Right, because now we just need to pass in an exit, and everything's derived from the exit. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, now we've done that, we can open up the, this t-shirt. we can open up our little spreadsheet, or even our non-spreadsheet, our text document, see what we want to do next. So Steph started giving us a little challenge in relation to things we want to do on this. So I'm just going to pop into the Google Drive, and we're going to see what our next sort of coding challenge is in relation to getting her puzzles working. So let's see what we've got. All right, here we are. And oh, thank you. So concepts, 2020 concept visual representation. All right. So we want to have a trigger. She was saying that we want to, whenever you go in the elevator, regardless of what floor you pick, something always happens. I wonder how on earth we could do that. It's like we need some sort of script that runs on the first visit to any of those 3 floors, but it can only get called once. What I'm also looking for here is whenever we have something like that, should we establish a pattern so that we can easily implement that throughout the story, or is it just that once that it's ever used? What you doing? What you doing? Do you want to show the guys at home speak? You're going to show everyone speak? Go on then, show everyone speak. Speak. Well, speak. Speak. Speak, speak, speak. Nope. Speak. Nope, not interested in speaking. Can I have a touch? Kish? Oh, thank you very much. Right. Lie down. Lie down. There you go. Good boy. Man, he is so cute. If you're not a dog person, I'll tell you what, this guy will turn you into a dog person. Who's this? Who's that? Who's this? What's this? Here, down here. Nope, not interested. Anyway, right. So, puzzle tree. Find the pin. So we're going to find a pin. It's obviously just going to be in looking at something. But the action is going to need a keypad. So we want the ability to be able to enter. Maybe we don't need a keypad. Maybe all you do is once you've read it, it just gives you the option to like type in that number. That would be, I suppose that would be a bit crap, wouldn't it? I just didn't want to really start creating new user interfaces. Feels like we're working against the concept. You know, I could really do with a nice crowd here to crowdsource the ideas. What do you guys think? I need a user interface expert. In terms of the game design, I want to try and keep the mechanisms for play simple and straightforward. I want to steer away from anything that requires too much visual stimulus, so that it could be converted to become a game to be played by blind people and potentially deaf people. We have got the text coming up as well. I mean, hacking as well. How would you hack? I think I need to have a chat with Steph about this. We need a little brainstorming session where we're not going out of our way to change or we've got to keep constraints in place. That's the main thing. Maybe we should put in some of the core functionality. Visit a location, talk to a character, interact with an object. We have got that sorted. Move an object, delete and exit. We haven't got any exit modifiers yet, but that would be pretty easy. Change a background. I mean, we can do all this, but at the moment we can only do all this when you interact with an object. None of it's tied to an exit. What we'd need is some kind of method where you go through an exit and it checks to see if there's any triggers for that exit and then launches a script. That's possibly the way to do it, actually. We could do that for everything, right? I think that might be the idea. Yeah. That means we've got triggers for pretty much everything we need. Because you talk to people, you interact, and you move. So basically this gives us our move trigger. I think that's quite a fundamental requirement, and I think it might be quite easy. What we want to do is, if we look at our object verb script, we want to do something a bit like this. So the object verb script, is it auto-loaded? Yes, it is. So it's all these actions are tied to a particular object. And so we build script into the objects to say what will happen and what won't. Super easy. On a really basic level, play some sound. More advanced, we do whatever the hell we want. We could do some really cool stuff very easily. So maybe this isn't object verbs. Maybe this is game script. We break it into different sections, so maybe it's easier to have it in multiple files. Yeah, I think maybe we'll make it one, because all these useful commands are going to be things that we use in a single script, although they're accessible everywhere. Could be one hell of a script, but then everything's in one place. We can say these are the objects, and here are the exits. Let's do it. So that means I'm going to rename object verbs to, I'm going to call it game script. Hey. Will that update our auto load? Yes, it did. Fantastic. So now we need to do a search in files for all instances of object verbs. Find. Got 2. One here. So that's going to be game scripts. Game script. Cool. Right, what you doing? Don't look. Okay, game script. I don't know why it's not picking it up yet, but I think it will. I might need to reload. Game script. Oh no, wait. Nope. Where's the other one? Yeah. Wait. Is that the same one twice? Yeah. That's weird. Oh. Right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kill it. And load it back up. How's that? Place your bets. Has it fixed the issue? Scripts and game script. Nope, still broken. Maybe this auto load doesn't work. So let's. The name was wrong anyway. So of course. Oh, I didn't need to do that. I could have just renamed it. But anyway, right. So undo. Yeah, there we go. Rename to game scripts. Can we just call it scripts? Yeah, that's better. Scripts. Did I call it script? Okay. All right, let's just be super obvious with it. Game scripts it is. Game script. Close. Game script. Happy? It's happy. Play.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
TV screen.
Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin.
Yep, excellent. Right. I was showing someone this today, and they said, "Can you just tell me why you've included Mark Levin?" And I was like, "That's an interesting question." I said,
I'm Mark Levin. This is Life.
"No reason.
And Levin. Welcome.
Who is Mark Levin? And am I making a bad move sticking him in even this like demo on screen?" Mark Levin. Levin. Oh, an American lawyer. Mark Levin. He's an American lawyer, author, and radio personality. Yes. Well, I know he's on Fox News. Oh, the administration of Ronald Reagan and chief staff for Attorney General. Well, I have no opinion of Mark Levin for everyone's information. Sean Hannity, not so much of a fan. Anyway, so now we've made that change. Close that. We are now going to allow this game script to call. Where's this function call? Oh, that's the call a method in this call a function and then pass in variables. So we're passing in two variables: the option they pressed and the object that is referenced. So we want to do the same thing when they display an exit, right? So we want to do this. But what we need to do is check to see if, when do we call the script? Do we call the script before we allow them to move or after we allow them to move? And is there a different script? Maybe it's you try and call a pre and you try and call a post. And that way either is executed. Interesting. It's a little bit like we're creating hooks into different areas of the game. So we're creating hook entities that can be called a different. What's this? The individual object name. All right. Okay. Yeah. So here we can pass in the exit. Right. Okay. So the function would basically be the name of the function would be the object. So in our case, let's say you exit the lift from R&D. Ooh, it's the same name, right? So yeah, we really want to stay away from having any sort of same name. And also, I wonder if we can use an ampersand in there. Well, these exits need to. Anyway, worry about the syntax. So we're going to try and create a function for that in our game script. So I do a big thing here. We and objects, object scripts. Cool. All right. So these are all our object scripts, and up here we're going to have our exit scripts. Fabulous. So our first func is going to be based on our exit lift R&D. Happy with that? Or do you not? No, it doesn't. Oh, maybe it is. Pass. Nope, it doesn't want the ampersand in there, so I'm going to call it exit lift R and D. Cool. Brand function. Oh, R and D. Cool. Right. Excellent. So that passes in an object. So we'll call it exit. And so that's passing in the exit that I don't even know if that's useful or not. Maybe it isn't. Probably isn't. Do we need a... well, you know what? It might be useful. So we'll just do a print triggered exit script. Pretty sure that's going to work. We need to get rid of this stuff here, because we know what the option was pressed. It was the exit. And we haven't got an object. So there we go. Ah. So what we can do is go like this. Pre, right? Yeah. In our game here, we call the exit. Wouldn't it be cool if we could just have some... Anyway, I think that should do it. Except the exit, it's the exit name we're clicking, not the object. We're passing in the object here. So it's exit dot name. I think, yeah. And then let's create a post one. And we'll say finished net have arrived at exit call script triggered before exiting. Cool. Right, so put a little pause in here. I don't know if we need to. Yeah, probably do. Can you put in like some sort of pause without debugging? You know what? I'm going to put it in. We'll just see if it works. So we've got to go to the R&D floor and exit the lift for these to get triggered.
I woke up.
Oh.
My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
And I need to put in my postscript, obviously. So post underscore, right? Let's just check that. Post underscore, yep, pre. Okay, here we go.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
So we go into the left, and it crashes. Invalid call, non-existent function. Wait, how does this work? Oh, because every object must have a script. How do we check to see if a script exists? Calls the method on the object and returns the result. This method supports a variable number, a variable number of arguments. The parameter passes comma separated list. Call deferred calls the method on the object during idle time. I wonder what idle time is. Call v calls the method on the object and returns the result. Contrarily to call, this method does not support a variable number of arguments, but expects all parameters to be a single array. Ooh, I wonder if that's more efficient. Why have they got two? So this is all good. So many cool things. I love Godot. Honestly, just learning things every day about it. It's so mature now. Got my hat. Got to take my hat off to all the guys that developed this and the main man. Okay. So looks like we need to ask Google. Godot, check if function exists. Yep, that's exactly what I want to do. That's exactly what I want to do. There is no way of doing it, sadly. Make sure the reference is not null and has a desired function, then set the variable to null if neither of them. Wait, does it not just give me the answer there? Has method. Sure, that's exactly what I want. Okay, let's try it, and let's stop. Okay, so if gain script has method pre-exit name, and call it. And as method post exit name, call it. Cool. Now, of course, with these functions, if they haven't been set up, then nothing happens. If they have, we just need to have some sort of way of knowing that they've been called and aren't needed anymore. Anyway, right, let's try that.
I woke up.
We woke up.
I think I left the heating on.
Off to the lift.
I entered.
Oh, got R&D. And here we go. We're looking for it here. Did we still got our... No, we've not got our breakpoints anymore, but we should see one of these, or both of them, in fact. Here we go. Here we go.
Stepping into the R&D department, I could see Brian using the photocopier. She was pouring herself a cup of coffee. Smelt of lunch.
Okay, so nothing's happened there. Must be something wrong with my string. So let's just print. Let's just scroll up, actually. What did we get before? No, it's cleared it. I've got to turn off this stuff, but I've kept it on because I want to debug it. And we've got an issue with it, and this is reminding me. So until we have some sort of error tracking, I mean, we've got GitHub. I should probably start tracking it in there. Anyway, okay, so print. Trying to call function comma yep, and then over here trying to call function post. Let's see if it matches what we've written. So we're going to get this every time now, right? As soon as I click and exit. There we go. Trying to call function post underscore exit underscore lift. Then into the R&D department. And then exit into R&D.
Stepping into the R&D department, I could see Brian choosing the photocopier. Sue was
Okay, so there's our problem. So I've got it on the wrong script. It should be this one. So actually, it might be working. Yeah, let's try again.
woke up.
So go into the lift, we go to the R&D department, exit the lift, but it's this button here that should call it.
I could see Brian choosing
Boom, there we go. Right.
Sue was pouring herself a cup of coffee. Smelt of lunch.
So invalid call, expected one argument. Oh, of course, yeah. Exit. Right. So it's working. God damn, it's working. Obviously, if you're going to create a function, you're going to use a better name for your exit. These aren't going to work. I mean, so that shouldn't be exit the lift. Enter the lift. Enter lift R and D, or enter R and D lift would be better, right? And it should be exit underscore enter R and D lift. Elevator living areas, so that should be exit underscore enter living area. And this should be exit press floor 2 R and D. Exit balcony, exit study. These are pretty self-explanatory. What about upper and lowercase? Our game script is quite, yeah, it's going to be an issue. We're doing the same thing here. So kind of want all these to be camel case then, right? I don't know why this on button has a capital B. It's Godot throwing that in, but I kind of like it all just being on lowercase. So what I might do is D left R and D. I don't want this to even be an issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that we've got a consistent name, consistent case across all these objects, and then I'm going to lower the string so that it doesn't matter what they typed in over here, as long as they get this lowercase over here. And that way we're enforcing the best possible result. They need to be consistent as they are here, and it doesn't matter what they type in here, it should just work. So we could even replace spaces with underscores, make it nicer to read. That's no hardship though, is it? To stick some underscores in there. Yeah, Sodom. Right, so they're in the elevator R&D. So exit, enter R&D. And then exit press floor 1 crew quarter. Is that what we're calling it now? I'm not sure. Living area? It's a bit weird to have the living area like a floor. You've got R&D, you've got all this, and then you've got your room. That maybe needs to change a little bit. Maybe we need a hallway. I'll have a word with Steph about that. It's kind of, we don't want to have that break of reality. It does feel a bit weird, I have to say, that, you know, moving, getting in the lift and going to R&D and going back into my room. If it was just, if you didn't have to get in the elevator and go up and down, it was just like, I'm going to R&D, then, yeah, anyway. I suppose it's up to the story writer to decide, and that's what we've provided the tools for. So, okay, so when we call any of these functions now, we want to make sure that is it 2 underscore lower or something? Pretty sure we've done it somewhere. Find in files, lower. 2 underscore lower, and it's used on a string. So probably the best way to do this then is to create a new variable, which is the func name. So we'll call that the pre-exit func name equals this. And then I'm not sure how you change something on this, right? Can I can't go like this, can I? Or can I? Can I?
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I entered the elevator. Stepping into the R&D department, I could see Brian using the photocopier, and Sue was...
No, that's something. What resource file is not found? Where? Oh no. What am I trying to do? Have I broken something? It sounds like I've broken something. Getting that a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't do that, so let's just... Okay, and then we're just going to call the pre-exit function name. Pass in that. And we can do the post here. Still typing over Bonnie here. Oh, sorry, Bonnie. Slapping in the head every time I move. Oh, he's asleep now. Wait, have a look. Show you. There he is. Wait, where is it? Does that work? Yeah. Oh, he's gone sleepy. So my resolution's changed again a bit. Oh. Better. There we go. So post exit function name, post, and then call the post exit function name here, and call it here. Super. Right. So let's put some debug notes in here. I mean some comments. Check for pre-exit method called before allowing the player to exit. Oh, hey, you know what we could do? Check for post exit method called after the player arrives. That could really mess up though. I don't know. It depends on the timing. We'll have to obviously work on this when we actually try and do something. But yeah, what we could do is if we return like a true or false, we could stop the player from using the exit. So here's the point where we say, no, sorry, you're not allowed to use it. So var allowed equals true. Is the player allowed to take the exit, right? So then we set allowed to whatever this function passes back. So it doesn't pass anything back. That means by default, it would have to return true, right? Can we do that? Godot default return value. Because it would return null, right? Okay, I know what to do. So if it returns null, we don't care. It remains true, right? So all we do here is say if allowed not equal to true. Sorry, if allowed equals true. Oh, no, we only want to stop it if... yeah, if allowed not equal to false. Right, so if so that will pass and allow them to continue. And we can put all this in here. So if the player is allowed to exit, then continue. Cool. Right. So now, potentially, in our exit scripts, we could say something like return false to prevent player from exiting. Yeah. So here I can return false. So now we can stop someone leaving an exit, and we can keep track of it, and we could actually change it by changing the name of the exit. Oh, right. Okay. Or we could check a condition and decide whether we return true or false. Even better. Okay, cool. Yeah, we could like say, for example, if you've talked to so-and-so, then allow the exit. But if you haven't talked to so-and-so, then return false. So I'm going to queue a narration here. So that would be pretty cool. And I'm going to quick recording. Why am I not leaving R&D? You know what? I'm not going to leave until I've talked to Brian and Sue and found out. Oh, you know what? Let's start again. These smells are making me hungry. I'm not leaving yet. I'm going to go see what's cooking. Nice. All right. Brian and Sue, of course, are making coffee and using the photocopier. So, because we've recorded this, we can convert it to mono, export as the OGG, which is a more efficient compression than WAV, which is completely inefficient. Or, well, yeah, say that. I think that's the case. So here, okay, exit R and D. No. So now we should have that. It shouldn't be looped. Exit R and D. Hope I spelt it right. Let's check audio. Duration. Exit R. No, I didn't. Found out how to play something, by the way. You go into the audio player, load the file, and hit play. Still don't know how to play it from here, though. R and D. There we go. R&D.org. And what did I say? I said, I don't know yet. I'll just blah, blah. Can't remember what I said. Blah, blah, blah. Not allowed to exit test. Cool. Right. So that's pre-exit lift R&D. And we have R&D. So we've renamed it to that. So we'd have to go like this. Right. And then this one would be post. And here we can say, how the hell did you manage to exit? Because it shouldn't allow it. Right. So let's play that.
I woke up.
Oh.
My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
Okay. Into the lift.
I entered the elevator.
Exit the, take the floor. Exit the lift.
Into the R&D department. I could see Brian.
Oh, and we're off again.
And Sue was pouring herself a cup of coffee.
And
Smelt of lunch.
oh. And here we go.
These smells are making me hungry. I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna go see what's cooking.
Nice.
These smells are making me hungry. I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna go see what's cooking.
Excellent. Still getting these resources not found. Just see where it's coming up.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I had left the heating on.
Seems to be coming up straight away. Still coming up. Wonder if I've accidentally deleted something. Let's have a look. Exit rand. Exit rand OGG. Import file. We've deleted our object verb script. I wonder if it's something to do with a reference somewhere. Could be. Let's see. Balcony. Exit to living area. Study. Exit to living area. Living area. Exit to study. Exit to balcony. Exit to elevator. Living area. R&D. Exit to elevator R&D. Elevator living area. I'm going to hit play again.
I woke up. My mouth was dry.
Close it. It's okay. I don't care. Okay, it's a bit concerning. Don't like little things like that finding their way in. Let's just try killing it. Starting it again. Do we get any missing resources? No. Wonder if I like accidentally deleted a resource. Hey, where's my video gone? There was that cool intro. Yeah, seems to have disappeared.
I woke up.
Oh.
My mouth was dry.
Well, we're not getting the error anymore. But yeah, that video has definitely disappeared. Maybe it doesn't show video. Let's have a quick peek. Dev. Godot. Demos. Nope. Sorry. Projects. Audio. Video. Yeah, we do. Remember this video? Oh man, I love it. But there's no point like adding stuff like this until right at the end. It needs a cool noise as well. Wait, maybe there is a cool noise. Yeah, there is. Oh, yeah. I have to make that my thumbnail. Let's do it again. Boom. And one more time. Ready. Oh, you know what? That's all it. Right. Well, we now have post and pre, exit, triggers, and scripts. So let's go into our doc and triggers. Visit a location. Tick. We have done it. What else have we got? Script trigger on exit. Sometimes things will happen on arrival. So sometimes you can't go through the exit, and sometimes you used to use an action to activate the exit. I mean, I kind of think we've done all that, but I suppose that last bit we might need some sort of utility function for. So what we need, we've done it. We've got exit visible on or off. So literally all we need is to reference that exit and turn it on or off. So we could create a method that finds an exit based on name and sets visible to false. And so it would just be something like hide exit. And then we can have show exit, which finds it and then takes it to on, and so on. Do I want to write that now? 20 past 10? No, I think we've done enough for tonight. Quite happy with that. So, changes to scripting. Exits now have a pre and post trigger function call. Exits triggers can return false to deny the user and exiting, something like that. I'm just thinking like what's really annoying, I don't know how it's done, but in Squirrel, and I've seen some of the example code for Ron Gilbert's game. Oh my God, I can never remember the name of it. It's so weird, such a weird name. Thimbleweed Park. I mean, come up with a name that you can remember and recall. Thimbleweed is like the least likely to be recalled. Secret of Monkey Island, on the other hand, easy. Anyway, so Thimbleweed Park, squirrel. I distinctly remember that in the script, he's doing stuff like count equals 0. If you look at the painting, count equals 1. If you look at the painting, count equals 2, and so on. And then changing the narration based on each time you look at it. So it would start saying this, start saying that. And eventually, if it was greater than 3, it would always say the same thing, or it would randomize and so on. But the point being that the variable inside the script was declared locally within that method. Now, you'd think it would exit that script and lose scope. And so next time it goes into that, count would be reset to 0 and it wouldn't do it again. But no, it seems like every element of the squirrel script is kept in place. I mean, these guys aren't reinventing the wheel. Squirrel code. Squirrel, the programming language. High-level imperative object-oriented programming language designed to be lightweight scripting language that fits in the size. Is it lexical scoping? Is that what it's called? No, I mean, that's exactly what it wasn't doing. No, it was. Yeah, it was, but it was remembering it. So you come back, that method would get called. You didn't need to declare some kind of variable outside it. My example being that here in our script, we are needing to set TV counter here to 0. And then down here, whenever TV counter is called again, well, we're checking it. If we declared TV counter in the script here, well, it's going to lose reference. So, and if we said var, or if we said like if TV counter doesn't exist, set it. Well, next time it comes in here, it won't exist because it's lost the scope. So it has to be set as like this variable in the parent of the script. Generators, cooperative threads, tail recursion, delegation, type in. I want to find it. I'm gonna have a quick look. Let's see if I type in Thimbleweed Park blog scripting painting. Sure, it's something like that. Yeah, I'm sure this is it. There we go. So you're in the bank. Yeah, look, so look count equals 0. Look at this. All right. Okay, no, that makes sense. We're declaring bank painting as some kind of object. So bank painting is an object with its own. Oh. So if we wanted to do it, what we'd need to do is we wouldn't want to Okay, maybe there's a way we can do this. See, I love this. You can just obviously bank clock dot look at will immediately say it's who cares o'clock. I love this stuff. You'd think a bank could afford a better painting. This looks like a knockoff. I think I can see the numbers behind the paint. I'm done. Look at this painting. One issue I've yet to solve is a simple and slick way to do different dialects for different characters. A lot of lines, everyone can say the same thing, but I want enough variation. Picking the customer replies and making them count. It's going to get really tedious. Yeah, cool. I see. I love these little things. I love these little issues. What's this say? Writing code if look count equals 0 is no fun at all. No, I know. So what we want to be able to do is try and, I mean, the objects are objects. So our objects can have scripts. In fact, they do have a script. The object TV is of type object. So what we'd need to do is extend object TV with its own script. I just don't know enough about this engine to work out how that architecture is going to work. It would be nice to know earlier rather than later, because yeah, I've set this up and this seems like it'll work nicely, but this is daft. Anyway, it's still very easy to understand what's going to happen, right? I'm going to do a little footnote here. A pre-exit script is called before entering target exit. If it returns false, the player will not be moved. And then a post-exit script is called after entering target and exit. So, cool. Nice little documentation there. Any new verbs? Any new functions were created? No. So could add show exit and hide exit. We could do the same thing with objects. So helper functions. Done this. Create an object that triggers an exit. Haven't done that yet, but now we could, right? Because we could just use exit. Create an object that triggers an exit. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. I think we can do that. That'd be good to do that in the lift. It'd be great. The lift becomes a shared object with a state of level rather than just having multiple exits. But how many times are you going to have a lift? Oh, you never know. Game with a lift. Right, anyway. It's an hour and 33 minutes. We've made another big leap forward. We've renamed game script object verbs. to game script. And we have pushed our changes. Let's just make sure it's still working.
I woke up. My mouth was dry. I think I left the heating on.
Oh, TV's not working. No! No, why is the TV not working? TV, object TV. Oh, yeah, of course. Now, remember we made these changes to lower. We should actually do the same thing here. So what we need to do is object func name equals object name dot to lower. Easy. And then that is what we call. But we should probably check if it exists. So we'll do this. Now we know how to. So if it's that function exists, call it. And what do you think we should do if we don't find it? Well, we better tell the game developer that we couldn't find couldn't find a script for object func name. With verb, so the action that they pressed, option pressed. Right, so that would be, couldn't find a script for the object TV with the verb turn on. And that should be working.
My mouth was dry.
Hello, America.
I think
I'm
I
Mark
left the
Levin.
heating on.
Nice.
And there's nothing good on.
To the left,
Elevator.
back to R&D, in here.
R&D department. I could see Brian using the photocopier, and Sue was pouring herself a cup of coffee.
Cool.
Smelt of lunch.
I see I was too quick again, and now we've got no transition audio. Got to remember that bug. And to the left.
These smells are making me hungry. I'm not leaving yet. I'm gonna go see what's cooking.
Nice. Stuff will like that. Oh yeah. Just made it cooler and awesomer. It's great. I mean, you can now pretty much control the entire game through this script and the objects without needing to touch any code. You can do it all through scripting and objects, and just customizing these objects. Clear, pretty clear what you need to do with these, right? So very happy. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me again. My name's Julian. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a comment. I know it's pretty early days, so I don't expect much interest in the project just yet, but I hope that as we get more people involved and you start seeing the creative process that comes from this, that it's not just about graphics, it's about story, it's about atmosphere, it's about triggering your imagination. So sure we'll get some good graphics in there at some point. Great. Thanks, chaps.